Hello, today's video is about cordage, more specifically cordage from Cleavers, and I'll get into details about that. But first I want to announce that one of the sponsors I have been courting to for about a year, we have found a way to collaborate and try it out in a way that benefits us both. So, please welcome Bearskin to my channel. I might have seen some of the clothes I've been wearing for some of my past YouTube videos and throughout the year on my Instagram. These ones are their hoodies and their t-shirts and also their underpants, but I'm not gonna disclose that just yet. Wink! I've been wearing their hoodies and t-shirts for quite some time now, and we have an agreement that they will sponsor some short videos and longer videos. And these kinds of videos that centers around outdoor and bushcraft skills are the ones they really want to be a part of. So thank you and welcome to Bearskin, and they will also appear on the Bushcraft Bullshit series. So those formats are not going to change, but I can now dedicate more time to make these videos and also promote a product that I believe in and I can actually say I use. I actually want to do something meaningful and actually establish a connection with the brands I'm working with and with the audience. So it's not just, flavor of the week every time I get a sponsor, but we've been in talks for about a year and now it's happening. So if you like the look of this, please go take a look on their website. I'll link everything in the description. And speaking of links, in the near future, they will provide me with affiliate links. Now, normally a creator will get a certain percentage of commission when people use their link and use their discount codes. I've made an agreement with Bearskin that I'm not going to take any commission, but I will show the links and the discount codes to you. So they will get all the money for their products and I will not receive any money from my viewers or their buyers. For me, it's not about making money off my viewers when they use a link. I want to create my own content and I want to have agreements with the brands I'm actually creating that content for. So this partnership and sponsorship really fits me well, and huge thanks to Bearskin. Now I know affiliate links and commission and different sponsorships are part of the YouTube and influencer game, but that's not really the game I want to play, as I said before. I'm about using a product, creating content for that product, and getting compensated by the brand. That's the way I want to play this game. So if you like the look of this, please go check out Bearskin, and thank you for sponsoring this video, Bearskin. Now let's get into the video about how I made this piece of rope, and we will return to my garden shed here because we are gonna test a 10-kilo weight on this flimsy little string made from Cleavers. What we have here slithering up this fence is Cleavers. And Cleavers this time of year has been withered for about, I would say maybe a month. And these are ready to use to make cordage, to make rope. And that's what we're going to do today. Further on down the fall, they will dry up and be too brittle to actually be able to braid without breaking. And that's going to be a problem. If you soak them in water for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, they will actually be a bit better. But yes, this is very good and pretty much ready to use as cordage, and we are going to braid some today. So we're going to have to pick a lot of them, but they come in these very long vine-like structures, which is very nice. We won't have to do as many patches or connecting pieces as we would with smaller fibers. Now this will do just fine for the purpose I have for this cordage, which will be to use on my pot hangers or smaller projects, maybe even securing a top to a branch. Now let's prep these bad boys. I want to mention there's a great video on how to make nettle cordage from Ray Mears. It's on YouTube. It's one of the first videos that pop up if you just type stinging nettle cordage Ray Mears. And he is using a rolling technique on his thigh, and it's a very quick way to twist yourself some cordage. I'm using a bit more of a manual approach to it because I've found that dry fibers is not as easy to roll, and I don't have as much control over that technique just yet. So I'm going to use a different technique, but check out his video. And keep in mind that already withered fibers will not shrink or dry up as fresh nettle fibers do. So if you do use any fresh or green fibers, they will have to be dried out to very thin fibers so as they do not shrink if you already braided them. If you twist them and braid them while they are green, they will just shrivel up and use the whole structure of the cordage, and they will be very brittle and will not be strong cordage. But these are withered from the beginning, so they will just do fine. Now these cleavers have a lot of these small runoffs, small fibers, small twigs in them. Just try to get as much of these little round sticky things out as you can, and get as many of these little things off as you can. Now I just usually run through like this to get any debris or anything out of them. And as you do so, they will become much more easy to work with. The most important part is those little sticky balls. You guys know what I'm talking about. Get them out so they don't interfere with your process. I'm not going to make a huge, thick rope today. This will be a rope that I can use for kind of cooking or just smaller tasks around camp when I'm camping. So I'm going to make it relatively thin, and it's not going to hold a huge weight, but it will hold maybe 1 or 2 liters of water in a pot or in my canteen flask. This is what I'm starting with. You can absolutely just separate them further, but now they are relatively clean, and I'm just going to start. So first of all, find the middle of your fibers just by doing this and making sure they're equal length at the bottom. Then you start twisting them. Now twist the middle until it starts twisting around itself like this. And then pinch this. So now you have, it can get a little more, but this is what the beginning should look like. Now you have this as a beginning. And then take this underlying end here and twist that until it is very tight. Hold the tightness you just created. Take your what's it called? The finger you flip the bird with, and pinch it against your index finger that you're holding the other string with, and then rotate to your left. And what you have here is now another kind of twist in your rope. Now do this again. Clamp down with your thumb and twist again the right side of your fibers, and you should twist them away from yourself. That's always how I remember it. Twist it away from yourself until it's tight. Use your bird finger again and twist it towards you. And as you can see, you are beginning to have what looks like the start of a rope formation. Now do this again. Clamp down. Make sure you have separated your ends. Twist the new part of the fiber away from yourself. Away, away until it's tight. Bird finger, twist it against yourself. And that is how you do it. They will get tangled, these long ends, so remember to kind of just run your fingers through. Twist away from yourself, twist away. Collect the back lying piece of fiber and twist towards yourself. Now you just repeat this process, and remember to hold the tension when you twist and when you clamp down with your thumb. But this is how this method of cordage is done. Now you want to keep them tight, and you want to keep the tension when you do these braids and you do these twists, or else it would just create longer separated, twists and joints and turns in the rope that will weaken your rope at that point. So remember to keep them tight. And now I'm just going to braid this until I have no more fibers in this round. And then I'm going to show you how to add more fibers. Now I can feel that this side is thinning a bit, and you can probably see it as well. This is thinning a bit, so I'm just going to add a couple strands of fiber. These cleavers are fortunately very long, so when I can see it starts to taper out here as well, I just pinch these off so I have a level place to, you know, connect them. And then I just kind of splice them in. And then when I twist again, they will get twisted in with the existing fibers. And then we will have a continuation. I see. And you can see now, then I can just continue with this very long piece of fiber. And this is what is going to happen. Then you're going to run out on this side, you add more. Then you're going to run out on the other side, you'll add more. And this is how you make a long rope. Same technique with the stinging nettles. You just add fibers. And now I can feel they have about the same thickness again. So then I just keep going and add more fibers when the other side runs out. This is a very enjoyable process, and it's something that just keeps your mind occupied. And sometimes that's a good thing. If you see any cryptids or ghosts or something in the background, please let me know. Could be pretty exciting to capture something truly fucked up when you're sitting out here. So if you see a ghost, holla at me, bro. Now I want to show you a mistake. Can you see these? Can you see these fibers up here? Looks a bit weird and elongated. And here is a weak point in the rope because I didn't twist hard enough. Come on, baby. So there's a difference between this structure up here, as you can see, the longer ones, and to this structure, for example, down here, where there's no difference in tightness. So this is strong, and this kind of way of twisting it is a bit weak. So be mindful of that and make sure you clamp down and twist properly. So when you have the desired length of your rope and you need to tie it off, just twist as much as you can so you have a lot to work with. And then just what I do, just tie an overhand knot, and that will actually keep the rope end secure. Just be careful when you cinch it up, and that will absolutely hold. And there we are. This piece of rope took about 35 minutes, and there's a lot of fraying going on, a lot of fibers sticking out. So let's clean it up a bit. I forgot to bring my lighter, so let's just this will clean it up, make it look a bit nicer and more streamlined. A nice bit of rope. It's a great process about learning your area and learning about natural materials. And good luck with it. You can absolutely use this to hunt squirrels or smaller animals. You just have to hang this loosely on a tree, back away a bit, start telling really bad dad jokes. If you want to catch squirrels, you have to tell nut-related jokes, or tree-related jokes. Like, I promise I will not use this rope to catch you, wink. Or that you're pining after a hot meal or something. If you tell enough dad jokes, the squirrels will eventually use their will to live and find your rope and hang themselves in the rope. So that's a pretty easy way to hunt, and that's one way to use your cordage. Now let's test it. So I brought a 10 kilo weight because when hanging from a tripod, that is way above what it's even supposed to carry. But let's see if it's strong enough to even carry a 10 kilo weight. I hope it is, because this took some time and I want to keep it. Just try to carry it. Not bad. Actually holds up very nice. Well, let's just try making a bit of a knot. Let's try again. Let's try again with a sheet bend. Oh man, this is what happens. This is what happens. And you know what? This is what's supposed to happen. Sometimes you just overreach, and 10 kilos for this piece of cordage is definitely too much. But hey, let's keep going. Not too shabby. Let's try again. And it's no wonder that this particular part just failed, because I can see the braiding or the twisting and counter twisting. I didn't twist it enough away from me before I twisted it against myself. Now this creates some weak points, as you can see here. You know what? I'm gonna keep it anyway. It's gonna go in the shed to be a reminder that, yeah, technique still needs a bit of work. But hey, that's how it is. But cleavers, they are really good. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And any suggestions on skills or anything I should tackle, please leave them in the comments. See you later.